Just prior to invasion, my father decided we've got to get out. My brother fled with his friends to the Russian side. They were asked to join the army, the Polish army, within a Russian unit, and eventually was killed in the Battle of Stalingrad. So my father, my mother, and my grandmother, we got on the last train. The train just took us to Lublin, and that's where everyone was thrown out, and that's where we landed up. And we were taken to a part of the town which became the Lublin ghetto.
It wasn't possible to survive in Poland as a Jewish person without relying on somebody else. So Katie's mother, in a time of crisis, what does she do? She starts teaching English to people. In doing that, she creates a relationship with the priest.
The priest told my mother, if you come to a point where there's no way out, just come and I'll see what I can do.
The priest then is able to help and puts his life on the line to provide them documents to get them out.
We had to part for my father. The priest said no way could we survive, all three of us together. My father was to go and work in this sawmill somewhere, we didn't know where, and my mother and I, we were to go into the center of Lublin. Why? Because they were rounding up the Polish population as well. And when they sorted them out, they took them to work in factories in Germany. And the priest said, that's what we've got to do. We've got to get out of the country and mix with this transport and get into Germany. And they actually checked documents, but our documents were in order, you see. And before my mother and I collected our thoughts, we were in a train and landed up far, far inside Germany.
It was very difficult for Jews to be able to hide within the Polish population because just small cultural and linguistic things such as accents could creep in and change the perception of you as being truly a Polish citizen.
Well, what happened was, because they suspected us, one of them reported us to the authorities. And that was our downfall.
Kitty was arrested for illegal entry into Germany as Leokadia Dobrzynska and sent for interrogation. The Nazis wanted to know the source of their false documents.
The irony of the Nazis was they could create death camps and murder Jews with impunity, but if somebody broke a law, they had to go through the penal system, which was complete nonsense because they could have simply deported them to Auschwitz as Jews. But because the legal system didn't allow it, they eventually were deported to Auschwitz with a death penalty for immigration charges.
So we were told we were going to be executed by firing squad. It was a brick wall, and we had to face the wall with our arms up like that, standing facing the wall. And then there was a huge explosion. And I thought, God, I haven't been hit. There was a great laughter. They said, oh no, we're not going to kill you. What's going to happen? We're going to commute your death sentence to life imprisonment in Auschwitz, and we're going to hand you over to the camp. They'll find out where these documents came from. So we were in a train that was specially converted to transport prisoners. And we traveled 48 hours standing before we arrived in Auschwitz. Well, we had absolutely no idea where we were. It was dark.
What did you first see when you got off the train?
Well, the thing opened up, and you heard an awful lot of noise.
Were you scared?
Well, we were scared of the dogs,
Yeah.
and then the great big women with whips, and they were whipping everyone and urging everyone to run, 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 everything at a running pace. Suddenly, there was a weird kind of stench, and the closer we got, the worse the stench became. My mother said, what a curious place there. Can you smell? Can you smell roasting meat? I said, yes, I can. She said, do you think they're roasting chickens here this time of the night? I said, I don't know.